afternoon is turning golden, shadows stretching through the trees. I can see the cabin chimney through the branches in the breeze. There's a little smoke above it, there's a lantern by the door, and the wooden steps remember all the footsteps from before. I have walked the mountain trailways, followed rivers through the pines, watched the weather cross the valley, watched the seasons change their signs. Now the path is leading homeward, down beside the creek again, and the cabin waits in silence like an old and trusted friend. I can hear the floorboards creaking when I push the doorway wide. Warmth is waiting in the fireplace, evening waiting just outside. I set my jacket by the window, leave my boots beside the chair, and the smell of burning cedars settles softly in the air. There's a coffee pot still resting on the table from the day, and the last of afternoon light lies across the wooden floor. I pour myself another cup, sit beside the fading gold, while the forest grows much quieter and the evening starts to unfold. Home again, where the river flows, where the old pine branches sway, where a little light in the window says there's room for me to stay. Home again, back in Cedar Hollow, back where the mountain meets the sky. Coffee warm and firelight glowing, evening settling soft and slow. Home again, where the quiet knows me, where the river sings below. After every road I've wandered, this is where I wanna go. Home again, wooden door behind me, rain or sunshine, near or far. A little light beside the window shows me where my footsteps are. Outside, the first few drops are falling soft against the window pane. Pine trees darken in the twilight, silver trails appear again. I light the lantern by the doorway, pull the old chair near the flame, and the cabin seems to gather every little sound of rain. The kettle starts to hum beside me, rain is tapping on the roof. A blanket waits across the sofa, keeping out the evening cool. I pick up the old guitar there, play a simple melody, while the storm moves through the forest like a song among the trees. There are roads that take us farther, there are places we may see, but the heart remembers clearly where it learned to simply breathe. Not in grand and shining moments, not in things we cannot keep, but in coffee by the fire and the rhythm of the rain. So I'll leave the porch light glowing, let it shine into the night, for the traveler coming homeward, for the morning coming bright. Every season has a doorway, every road can lead us through, and the warmth inside this cabin feels a little new each time. Home again, back in Cedar Hollow, back where the mountain meets the sky. coffee warm and firelight glowing, evening settling soft and slow. Home again where the quiet knows me, where the river sings below. After every road I've wandered, this is where I want to go. Home again, wooden door behind me, rain or sunshine, near or far. A little light beside the window shows me where my footsteps are. Home again, with the pines around me, with the rain upon the roof, with the old guitar beside me, and the fire burning low. Home again, when the night grows deeper, stars above the mountain blue, and tomorrow through the window will bring another morning through. The rain grows softer in the distance, firelight dances on the wall. The cabin rests beneath the pines now, and the evening settles all. I close my eyes and hear the river still moving somewhere near, while the porch light keeps on glowing for the morning drawing near. And when the first light finds the window, coffee waits beside the door. I'll hear the old creek below me, like I've heard it all before. The kettle starts its quiet singing, morning light is on the wall. There's a little mist outside where the mountain shadows fall. I can hear the floorboards creaking as I walk across the room, and the smell of freshly ground coffee fills the cabin warm and smooth. A wooden chair beside the window, an old sweater on the chair, pine trees moving in the distance, cool blue morning in the air. I wrap my hands around the mug, feel the warmth begin to stay, and listen to the creek below, carrying the night away. The first sip is slow and easy, like a door opening wide. Steam rises toward the window while the valley wakes outside. There are birds among the branches, there is sunlight on the floor, and a narrow band of morning moves across the kitchen door. I take the cup out to the porch, sit beneath the cedar tree, watch a cloud drift down the mountain, watch the river running free. No one asks me where I'm going, no one waits for me to run. The whole morning feels much bigger than the rising of the sun. Just the warmth between my fingers, just the breeze across the pine, just a quiet cup of coffee and a little borrowed time. The first sip, the morning light, the mountains turning gold, a little warmth inside my hands, a story slowly told. The first sip, the quiet air, the river moving blue. Sometimes a simple morning is enough to carry you. The first sip, the cabin door, the birds above the trees, a cup of coffee, open sky, time moving with ease. There's a notebook on the table with a pencil resting near. I write down what the morning brings so I can keep it here. A crooked line of sunlight falls across the wooden grain, while little drops upon the roof still remember last night's rain. The fireplace is cold beside me, but the room is warm and bright, and the old guitar is waiting in the corner for the night. I hear the wind along the chimney, feel the coolness in the breeze. Then another sip of coffee brings the morning back to me. Maybe happiness is quieter than the world would have us know. Maybe it is found in moments that don't need somewhere to go. A wooden table, mountain window, a trail beneath the trees, a little time to hear your thoughts between the morning breeze. And when the busy days return and the roads begin to call, I'll remember this small morning, the sunlight on the wall, the warmth that stayed between my hands, the creek below the pines, the first sip that made me notice how beautiful a morning can be. The first sip, the morning light, the mountains turning gold, a little warmth inside my hands, a story slowly told. The first sip, the quiet air, the river moving blue. Sometimes a simple morning is enough to carry you. The first sip, the cabin door, the birds above the trees, a cup of coffee, open sky, and time moving with ease. The first sip, the day begins, the valley starts to shine, the sun climbs slowly over pines and leaves the dark behind. The first sip, a brand new page, the road is waiting too, but I'll carry Cedar Hollow in everything I do. The coffee cup is almost empty, morning settles into day. The mist has left the mountain and the clouds are drifting away. I leave the mug beside the window, hear the creek below me flow, and take that little morning with me wherever I may go. The cabin waits among the pines, the river keeps its tune, and somewhere in the warmth of home, the morning stays with me. Morning climbs across the mountain, slowly touching stone and pine. A warm glow slips through the branches, finding every quiet line. I can see it from the window, shining softly through the trees, while the kettle starts to whisper in the cool and waking breeze. Coffee waits beside the doorway, steam rising into the air. I pull on my old wool sweater, feel the morning everywhere. Far below the river glimmers, like a ribbon made of glass, and the first sun on the valley turns the shadows as it passes. I walk along the wooden trail where the mountain opens wide. Wildflowers lean beside the pathway, morning dew is shining bright. Every step leaves something with me, every breath is clear and new, and the sun moves through the branches, painting paths across the dew. A hawk is circling near the summit, clouds are drifting far below. Pine trees sway along the ridges where the mountain breezes blow. I stop beside a weathered fence post, rest my hands upon the wood, watching sunlight cross the valley till the whole world feels renewed. Mountain light falling gently, warm against the morning air. Every little thing around me seems to wake and meet me there. Mountain light, golden mountain light, shining through the evergreen, waking up the quiet valley, painting every hill in green. Mountain light, stay a little longer, rest upon the roof and trees. Here in Cedar Hollow, morning moves with ease. Mountain light over every pathway, over river, stone and pine. Everywhere the sunlight settles feels a little more like mine. By the afternoon, the sunlight finds the porch beside the door, laying bright across the floorboards, spilling through the room once more. I sit down beside the railing, let the coffee slowly cool, hear the distant creek below me, moving underneath the trees. There are footprints on the pathway, little signs of days gone by, and an old blue chair is waiting underneath the open sky. A warm breeze moves across the meadow, carries cedar through the air, and the mountains hold the silence while the evening gathers there. Maybe light is more than sunlight, maybe it's the way it stays in a cabin after sunrise, in the warmth of simple days, in the hands around a coffee cup, in a trail beneath the pines, in the quiet little moments that become a part of life. So I'll keep this morning with me when the evening shadows fall, like a window glowing softly on a cabin down the hill. And tomorrow when the sun comes, I'll remember what it brings, a little hope across the mountains, a little warmth to everything. Mountain light, golden mountain light, shining through the evergreen, waking up the quiet valley, painting every hill in green. Mountain light, stay a little longer, rest upon the roof and trees. Here in Cedar Hollow, morning moves with ease. Mountain light over every pathway, over river, stone and pine. Everywhere the sunlight settles feels a little more like mine. Mountain light, evening on the ridges, turning amber on the snow, touching every distant mountain with a quiet afterglow. Mountain light keeps shining softly, till the first stars fill the blue. And when another morning comes, I'll be here to welcome you. The sun is resting on the ridges, amber clouds are drifting by. One last beam across the cabin, one last color in the sky. Before the sunlight finds the mountain, there's a blue across the sky. Rain still resting on the window, silver drops left from the night. Boots are waiting by the doorway, wood is cool beneath my feet, and the smell of freshly ground coffee fills the cabin warm and sweet. The old clock moves without a hurry, there's a kettle humming low. Pine trees stand beyond the porch rails where the morning breezes blow. I pull the curtain from the window, watch the valley turn to gold. And for a little while this morning, there's nowhere else I need to go. Coffee steam curls toward the ceiling, the sunlight touches every chair. There's a blanket on the sofa and a wool coat hanging there. Birdsong rises from the forest, soft and scattered through the trees, while the river keeps on moving somewhere underneath the breeze. I take my cup out to the porch steps, feel the warmth against my hands, hear the wooden boards beneath me, watch the fog lift from the land. Far beyond the cedar branches, mountain shadows fade away, and the whole wide world feels slower in the first light of the day. No road calling, no bell ringing, just the creek below and the pine trees singing. One slow breath, one morning sky, a little golden light moving by. Morning coffee, cedar air, sunlight through the trees, a little cabin waking slowly, soft and steady breeze. Morning coffee, open sky, warm hands around the cup. Here in Cedar Hollow, there's nowhere else to rush. Morning coffee, morning light, the valley turning green. Sometimes all you need for a good day is a quiet place to breathe. Take your time when morning comes, let the daylight find its way. Here in Cedar Hollow, we don't have to chase the day. There's an old guitar beside the fireplace, 3 worn chords still on the strings, a pair of gloves beside the lantern, little signs of ordinary things. I hear the floorboards softly creaking as the cabin settles in, and a stripe of sun comes slowly across the wooden floor again. I write a little note for later, leave it underneath the cup. Something simple for tomorrow. Take your time when morning comes. Then I watch 2 little sparrows hop along the wooden rail, while the sunlight finds the meadow and turns silver on the trail. Maybe life was never asking for a faster road to take. Maybe there are mornings waiting in the choices that we make. A warm cup and an open window, a river finding its way, a cabin tucked among the pines, and enough light for today. So let the mountains keep their silence, let the old pine branches sway, let the morning stay a little longer. There's no need to hurry away. Morning coffee, cedar air, sunlight through the trees, a little cabin waking slowly, a soft and steady breeze. Morning coffee, open sky, warm hands around the cup. Here in Cedar Hollow, there's nowhere else to rush. Morning coffee, golden light, the valley shining clear, and every quiet little moment feels like something worth holding near. Take your time when morning comes, let the daylight find its way. There's a whole wide world beyond the hills, but we don't have to chase the day. Morning coffee, brand new day, blue above the mountain line. The river carries on below, and the morning feels like mine. One more sip before I wander, one more breath beneath the pines. Here in Cedar Hollow, the day is opening just fine. The fire is almost faded, the cup is nearly dry. A breeze moves through the cedar trees, a hawk is circling high. I leave the door a little open, let the morning wander in, and somewhere down beside the river, another quiet day begins. The night has left the window silver, morning waits behind the hill. Every pine is holding shadows, every field is standing still. Then a thread of amber slowly finds its way through branches high, touches rooftops, warms the windows, draws a road beneath the sky. I step outside the cabin doorway, cool air settles on my skin, coffee warm in both my hands as the day begins again. Down below the valley opens, blue and green beneath the sky, and the first sun climbs the mountain, slow as smoke that learns to rise. Sunrise reaches across the ridges, spilling softly on the lake. Every drop along the leaves catches what the morning makes. There are sparrows in the garden, there are footsteps on the floor, and the old wood stove is quiet by the kitchen door. The soft breeze moves the curtain, brings the scent of pine wood in, while the sunlight finds the table where the flowers lean and bend. I can hear the creek below me, moving gently through the trees, keeping time beneath the branches with the early morning breeze. Let the morning take its time, let the last dark shadows fade. There is something in this quiet that makes room for yesterday. One slow breath, one open sky, and the whole wide valley comes alive. Golden sunrise over Cedar Hollow, climbing up the mountainside. Every window catching color, every quiet road alive. Golden sunrise, warm upon my shoulders, blue unfolding overhead. If the day begins this softly, there is nothing more to prove. Golden sunrise through the evergreens, shining where the wildflowers grow. Here beneath the mountain sky, I can let the whole world go. I walk along the wooden bridge with the coffee cooling slow, water moving underneath me, clear enough to see the stones. Morning fog is leaving softly, drifting toward the distant trees, and a hawk circles above me, riding on the rising breeze. There are footprints on the pathway, little marks from yesterday, and the sun keeps finding places where the shadows used to stay. I stop beside the cedar fence, where the meadow meets the hill, watching reflections cross the river while the morning settles still. Maybe mornings hold their magic in the things we almost miss. Coffee cooling by the window, rain still shining on the leaves. No grand road, no distant promise, no need to know what's far ahead. Just the river finding its way, and the warmth beneath my feet. So I'll carry this small morning when the afternoon arrives, like a lantern in my pocket, like a little borrowed light. And whenever days move faster, I'll remember what I knew. Somewhere underneath the pines, a quiet morning waited too. Golden sunrise over Cedar Hollow, climbing up the mountainside. Every window catching color, every quiet road alive. Golden sunrise, warm upon my shoulders, blue unfolding overhead. If the day begins this softly, there is nothing more to prove. Golden sunrise through the evergreens, shining where the wildflowers grow. Here beneath the mountain sky, I can let the whole world go. Golden sunrise, stay a little longer, paint the valley while it wakes. Let the river carry silver, let the pine trees hold the day. Golden sunrise, new day waiting, every path beneath the trees. Cedar Hollow waking slowly, breathing with the morning breeze. Now the cabin door is open, and the morning fills the room. Coffee rests beside the window, pine wood carries through the air. Down below the creek keeps moving, silver underneath the trees, and the last shade leaves the meadow with the turning of the breeze. I leave my cup beside the window, watch the mountains catch the sun, and for one quiet finds a cabin window, pale and quiet, soft and blue. Night has left a trace of silver on the meadow wet with dew. Coffee waits beside the kettle, warmth is rising from the stove, and a narrow band of sunlight finds the wooden floor below. I open up the cabin doorway, cool air moves across the room. Pine trees sway beyond the porch rail, wildflowers carry morning bloom. Down the trail the creek is shining, birdsong rises from the green, and the mountain slowly wakes up from the quiet in between. I take my cup out to the porch steps, watch the valley turn to gold. Clouds are lifting from the ridges, blue unfolds across the cold. There's an old guitar beside me, warm beneath the morning light, and a robin on the railing sings into the morning bright. Little drops along the leaves hold the sunlight after rain, while the distant river moves softly through the pines again. One more breath, one more morning, one more sky blue. There are roads beyond the valley and 1,000 things to do, but I don't need to rush them. I can let the daylight stay, for the creek keeps moving softly and the morning knows the way. A new day begins through the cabin door. Sunlight crosses cedar boards and settles on the floor. A new day begins, the mountains turn to blue. Cedar Hollow wakes around me, fresh with morning dew. A new day begins, the river carries on, birdsong fills the branches as the last of night is gone. A new day begins with open skies above, another quiet morning, another day to love. By the time the sun is higher, I am walking down the trail, past the cedar fence and meadow, past the wooden bridge and rail. Footsteps mark the softened earth, pine cones scattered on the ground, while the wind moves through the branches with a low and gentle sound. I stop beside the little river, watch the water catch the sun, think about the roads behind me and the places I have gone. Every season leaves its traces, every morning starts again, like the forest after winter, green beneath the springtime rain. Let tomorrow keep its distance, let the future find its way. All I need is here before me in the quiet of today. A warm cabin, open window, mountain air and rain-washed pine, coffee cooling by the doorway, sunlight moving through the blinds. When the porch light starts to glow, I remember this first morning. There is always one more sunrise waiting somewhere past the night, and the smallest morning moments can become a guiding light. A new day begins fresh with morning dew. A new day begins, the trail is waiting there. Pine trees moving gently in the mountain air. Wherever roads may lead me, I'll carry this small morning like a lantern when I need. The coffee cup is empty, the morning has begun. I close the cabin door behind me, hear the creek below still run. The cedar hollow carries forward beneath the widening blue. Tomorrow will come gently, but today is shining here. The evening settles through the pine trees, blue shadows gather on the ground. A little smoke climbs from the chimney while the creek keeps humming low. I leave the wooden porch behind me, carry firewood through the door, and the cabin glows with amber as it has on winter nights before. There's a blanket on the old chair, a lantern shining near the wall, coffee cooling on the table, soft footsteps moving through the hall. Outside the mountain wears the twilight, evergreen beneath the sky, and the first stars start appearing one by one above the pines. I sit beside the fireplace, hear the cedar crack and glow, while the wind moves through the branches and the evening starts to slow. There's an old guitar beside me, wood worn smooth beneath my hand, and a quiet melody rises like a trail across the land. Through the window snow is falling, small and bright beneath the moon, covering the cabin pathway with a blanket soft and new. The whole forest seems to listen, every branch and every tree, while the firelight fills the room and the night grows quietly. Evergreen dreams under a silver sky, firelight dancing while the hours pass by. Nothing to carry, nothing to prove, just the quiet mountain night and a little room to breathe. Evergreen dreams falling through the night, pines beneath the moon, windows full of light. Evergreen dreams warm beside the flame, every quiet evening feels like home again. Evergreen dreams drifting through the trees, carried by the mountain and the midnight breeze. Here in Cedar Hollow where the winter branches sleep, the stars are shining softly and the forest keeps its peace. Morning will be waiting somewhere, but tonight can take its time. There's a kettle near the fireplace and a candle softly shines. I can hear the wind against the window, feel the warmth beneath the wool, while the old house settles gently and the night grows calm and still. On the shelf above the table, there's a photograph from spring, wildflowers by the little river, birds returning on the wing. Every season leaves a story, every year becomes a song, and the evergreens around us stand through winter all night long. Maybe dreams don't need a highway. Maybe they don't need a name. Maybe they are found in places where the simple things remain. In a cabin full of firelight, in a cup beside the chair, in the sound of wind through pine trees moving softly through the air. And when the morning finds the rooftop, when the snow begins to shine, I'll step outside beneath the branches and leave the night behind. There will be a trail before me, there will be a sky of blue, and the mountains will be waiting for another day to begin anew. Evergreen dreams falling through the night, pines beneath the moon, windows full of light. Evergreen dreams warm beside the flame, every quiet evening feels like home again. Evergreen dreams drifting through the trees, carried by the mountain and the midnight breeze. Here in Cedar Hollow where the winter branches sleep, the stars are shining softly and the forest keeps its peace. Evergreen dreams, morning's on its way, pale blue light will find the cabin door at break of day. Evergreen dreams keep the fire burning low, for every new beginning waits beyond the snow. Evergreen dream beneath the mountain skies, hope will meet the morning when the winter darkness fades. Here in Cedar Hollow the quiet knows my name, and every road tomorrow will lead me home again. The fire is growing quieter, the lantern fades to gold. Snow rests softly on the rooftop while the night grows still and cold. I hear the creek beneath the valley moving gently through the dark, and the evergreen trees stand dreaming beneath the winter stars. Beyond the frosted window a pale horizon waits, and somewhere underneath the snow the morning finds its way.
Down beyond the cedar forest, where the mountain bends away, there's a river running softly in the early light of day. I follow down the gravel pathway, coffee warming up my hands, while the morning mist is lifting from the meadow and the pines. Water moves around the stones, they're clear beneath the morning sun. Little ripples catch the light, then are gone before they're done. Birds are singing from the branches, wind is moving through the grass, and the wooden bridge ahead of me waits for every step I pass. I sit beside the riverbank, rest my boots upon a stone, watch the water slip and shimmer as it finds its way below. There are wildflowers by the water, blue and yellow in the green, and a dragonfly goes drifting through the spaces in between. Far above the mountain rises, gray and green against the sky. Clouds are moving past the summit, slow and quiet, floating by. I take another sip of coffee, feel the warmth against the cold, while the Let the water carry slowly every thought I don't need now. Let it find its way around the stones the way it always knows how. I can sit and watch it moving, never asking where it goes. And somehow in the sound of water, something in me lets go. River of peace running through the valley, silver in the morning, gentle and free. River of peace carrying the sunlight, rolling over stones underneath the trees. River of peace, take me where you're going, past the little bridge in the Evergreen. Here in Cedar Hollow, the quiet flows with me. River of peace, singing in the distance, never in a hurry, never needing more. I can hear the mountain breathing from the river to the shore. By the afternoon, the sunlight turns the water bright and clear, and the forest casts its shadows where the river disappears. I walk along the narrow trail there, past the ferns and fallen leaves. Hear the branches moving gently in the cool September breeze. There is an old wooden bench there, weathered gray beside the stream. Someone carved a little heart once, now it's softened by the years. I sit and watch the water as the afternoon grows still, while the late day sun rests quietly on the far side of the hill. Maybe peace is not a place that we have to search to find. Maybe it is in the moments when we leave the rush behind, in the sound of water moving, in the shade beneath a tree, in a cup of coffee cooling while the world moves patiently. And when I walk back to the cabin as the evening starts to fall, I'll remember how the river never needed much at all. Just a mountain, just a pathway, just the rain and stones below, just a little light above it, and a place to let life slow. River of peace running through the valley, silver in the evening, gentle and free. River of peace carrying the sunset, rolling over stones underneath the trees. River of peace, take me where you're going, past the little bridge and the evergreen. Here in Cedar Hollow, the quiet flows with me. River of peace, singing in the distance, never in a hurry, never needing more. I can hear the mountain breathing from the river to the shore. River of peace, keep on flowing softly, carry all the colors of the day. When the stars come through the branches, you'll still be moving on your way. The cabin light is waiting through the trees beyond the hill, and the river keeps on singing as the evening settles still. I turn back toward the pathway with the mountain in my view, and the sound of Cedar Hollow follows quietly home with me. The morning wind is moving softly through the branches overhead. Pine needles dance along the pathway scattered where the forest treads. I step outside with an old sweater, coffee warm in both my hands, and the forest opens slowly like a door across the land. There are footsteps on the gravel, there is dew upon the grass, and a little wooden bridge ahead where the quiet waters pass. Somewhere deep among the cedars, a small bird begins to sing, while the mountain keeps its silence as the morning starts to breathe. Whispering pines above the cabin, moving gently with the breeze. Every branch has its own rhythm, every leaf moves with the trees. I can hear the distant river rolling softly over stone, and the sound of wind among the branches makes the forest feel like home. Sunlight slips between the branches, painting shadows on the trail. Little clouds above the ridges drift like ships across the sky. I stop beneath an old evergreen, rest my hand against the bark, feel the coolness of the morning before the day grows warm and bright. Let the pine trees sway, let the river run, let the morning find me underneath the sun. Nothing needs an answer, nothing needs to change. There's a quiet kind of wonder in this simple place. Whispering pines carry the morning down through the branches and over the ground. Whispering pines, soft as a memory, keeping the quiet where peace can be found. Whispering pines, sing through the valleys, sing while the river keeps rolling along. Here in Cedar Hollow, the forest knows the song. Whispering pines, high on the mountain, bending together whenever winds blow. I could stay here forever, where the green trees grow. By the afternoon, the sunlight turns the forest warm and gold. Moss is bright beside the pathway, cool beneath the shade of old. I find a fallen cedar branch and carry it back to the wall. Set it down beside the firewood, ready for the evening call. The old porch waits beyond the clearing, coffee rests beside the chair, and the scent of wood and evergreen still lingers in the air. I sit and watch the treetops moving slowly with the breeze, while the evening shadows gather between the roots and leaves. Maybe trees remember seasons, every winter, every spring, every snowfall on the branches, every bird that learns to sing. They don't hurry toward tomorrow, they just stand and meet the sky, growing quietly together as the years go passing by. I think there's something I can learn here, from the branches bending low, from the way the river travels, never asking where to go. So I'll take this quiet with me when I leave the forest trail, like a breath of mountain air caught inside my days. Whispering pines carry the morning down through the branches and over the ground. Whispering pines, soft as a memory, keeping the
show, and the cabin light glows softly where the warm windows shine below. The last light rests on the branches, the creek is fading down below. One by one the birds grow quiet, and the evening settles slow. I walk back toward the cabin with the pine wind at my side, while the whispering trees above me keep their song throughout the night. Tomorrow the sun will find us where the quiet always stays, and Cedar Hollow will be waiting for another gentle day.
Morning settles on the wooden porch, dew is shining on the rail. Coffee steam is rising slowly while the mist moves through the pines. An old chair waits beside the doorway, paint is fading in the sun, and a pair of boots sits underneath it, still damp from yesterday's rain. The cabin door is open softly, curtains moving with the breeze. I can hear the creek below me running somewhere through the trees. A sparrow lands upon the railing, then it disappears from view, and the mountains wear their mourning in a shade of silver blue. A shade of silver blue. Wooden porch beneath my footsteps, warm beneath the afternoon. Sunlight falls between the cedar like a quiet golden tune. There's a blanket on the old chair, there's a lantern by the door, and a little wooden table marked by years of mornings here. I set my coffee on the railing, watch the clouds above the hill, hear the distant call of songbirds, feel the mountain air grow still. Down the trail a river sparkles, turning white around the stone, and the porch becomes a place where I can let the whole day slow. Let the old boards tell their stories, let the morning linger near. Every little sound around me makes the quiet crystal clear. Wooden porch, open sky, mountain light passing by, coffee cooling in my hands, green hills stretching through the land. Wooden porch, cedar breeze, river singing through the trees. Here in Cedar Hollow, life moves slow and easy. Wooden porch, worn and warm, shelter from the passing storm. When the evening starts to fall, candlelight comes through it all. By the time the sun is lower, shadows stretch across the floor. I bring another piece of firewood through the old cabin door. The smell of cedar fills the evening, smoke is curling through the blue, and the porch boards hold the footsteps of the day I wandered through. Autumn leaves begin to gather in the corners by the steps. Red and amber on the pathway soften
with my worn out boots. I sit beneath the fading sunlight, listen as the forest sighs, while the first star finds its place above the mountain sky. There are homes made out of stone, there are roads that shine at night, but I love this little porch here when the day gives way to night. A wooden chair, a cup of coffee, a blanket when it gets cold, a window looking through the pines as the last light leaves the road. If tomorrow brings a long road, I'll remember this old chair, the sound of wind among the pines, the cool and quiet mountain air. I'll carry Cedar Hollow with me like a song I always know, like the warmth beside the fireplace when the winter winds blow. Wooden porch, open sky, mountain light passing by, coffee cooling in my hands, green hills stretching through the land. Wooden porch, cedar breeze, river singing through the trees. Here in Cedar Hollow, life moves slow and easy. Wooden porch, morning rain, sunlight coming back again. Every season leaves a trace, every day becomes a place. Wooden porch, quiet night, moon above the mountain white. Tomorrow when the sun comes through, I'll be waiting here anew. The porch is quiet after sunset, one small lantern softly glows. Crickets sing beyond the railing, and the evening river flows. I leave my coffee cup beside me, watch the stars above the trees, and the wooden porch grows silent with the whisper of the breeze. And when the morning finds this place, I'll hear the old boards wake, coffee warming by the window, light returning to the lake.
Morning comes without a hurry, through the curtains soft and blue. Coffee waits beside the window, like it always seems to do. There's a blanket on the sofa, there's a fire beginning low, and the pines beyond the cabin sway wherever breezes blow. Put my boots beside the doorway, leave my jacket on the chair, open up the wooden window, let the mountain fill the air. Down below the creek is talking, little stones beneath the flow, and the sunlight finds the rooftops as the shadows slowly go. Take my cup out to the porch steps, sit beneath the cedar tree, watch the morning fog move slowly through the valley in front of me. There's a bird upon the railing, then another joins the song, and the quiet feels so natural. I could sit here all day long. No appointments on the table, no clock trail beside the meadow and a river down below. I watch the clouds above the mountain, watch the shadows cross the hill, and the world seems to remember how to simply stand still. Let the kettle cool, let the daylight grow. There's a time for every road, but this morning moves so slow. Let the hours open gently, let the quiet have its say. I don't need to chase the morning, I can let it find its way. Slow morning, take your time, let the sunlight cross the pine. Slow morning, stay a while, leave a little room to smile. Coffee warm and windows wide, mountain air on every side. Here in Cedar Hollow, there's no need to hurry on. Slow morning, gentle day, let the clouds drift on their way. Every little thing feels right in the quiet morning light. Around noon I walk the pathway where the wildflowers lean and sway, past the fence beside the meadow where the tall grass catches rays. The wooden bridge is waiting where the creek runs clear and bright, and I stop to watch the water carry pieces of the light. Back inside I make some lunch there, open windows to the trees, hear the wind move through the branches, feel the room fill with the breeze. There's an old guitar beside me, a few chords waiting on the strings, and I play them softly while the afternoon moves like a quiet dream. Maybe slow is not a weakness, maybe time was meant to breathe. Maybe days are made of moments we are sometimes too quick to see. A warm cup beside the window, a familiar wooden floor, rain that taps against the rooftop, sunlight underneath the door. I remember this when seasons turn the green to gold and white. There will always be a morning waiting somewhere in the light. And if the road becomes too busy, I'll return inside my mind to the cabin in the mountains where the hours take their time. Slow morning, take your time, let the sunlight cross the pine. Slow morning, stay a while, but leave a little room to smile. Coffee warm and windows wide, mountain air on every side. Here in Cedar Hollow, there's no need to hurry on. Slow morning, gentle day, let the clouds drift on their way. Every little thing feels right in the quiet morning light. Slow morning, golden air, river moving, cedar there. Just the cabin, just the trees, just the wind among the leaves. Slow morning, brand new sky, let the afternoon roll by. Tomorrow has its road to follow, tonight the stars can take their time. The sun is leaning toward the mountain, shadows gather on the floor. I leave the last cup by the window, hear the creak outside the door. The cabin settles into evening,
pines are whispering nearby, and tomorrow will come gently with another open sky. Morning will find the coffee waiting. Morning will find the window wide, and I'll hear the creek below me as the first light fills the pines.
The cabin sits beneath the mountain where the morning barely speaks. A little smoke above the chimney, a narrow path beside the creek. Sunlight rests upon the rooftop, soft and pale against the pine, and the windows hold the colors of a slow and quiet time. There's a kettle on the wood stove, there's a blanket on the chair, coffee waiting by the window, fresh cold mountain in the air. I can hear the old floorboards as the daylight settles in, and this simple wooden cabin feels like home before the day begins. Porch is still with morning dew, the railing cool beneath my hand. Beyond the trees a river moves across the quiet valley land. A lantern hangs beside the doorway, though the night has gone away. Little things around this cabin tell the story of each day. There are boots beside the fireplace, an old guitar against the wall, a basket full of firewood and a photograph in the hall. Nothing here was made for hurry, nothing asks the hours to fly. Even sunlight through the curtains seems to take its time. So leave the door a little open, let the morning find its way. Hear the forest breathing softly, feel the warmth begin to stay. Quiet cabin, wooden walls, morning resting on the floor, coffee warming both my hands, blue mountains beyond the door. Quiet cabin, cedar trees, river singing down below. Hear the hours move like sunlight, soft and slow. Quiet cabin, simple life, firewood waiting by the flame. Every little thing has found its place, and nothing here needs changing. By the afternoon, the sunlight moves across the kitchen floor. Golden patterns from the branches dance beside the open door. I bring in another armful of the firewood from outside. Then I hear the distant thunder rolling softly through the sky. Rain begins along the rooftop, tiny footsteps on the tin, and the forest turns to silver as the clouds come rolling in. I light a candle by the window, set the coffee pot to brew, while the mountain disappears behind a veil of blue. There are places built for living, there are places built for dreams,
And sometimes they are nothing more than timber, rain, and streams. A table worn by years of mornings, a chair beside the flame, a window looking toward the forest, and a coat beside the frame. When the world outside gets louder, I can come back here again, to the sound of rain on cedar, to the river after rain. This little cabin holds the quiet, like a lantern holds the light. And every morning waiting here feels like a door opening wide. Quiet cabin, wooden walls, morning resting on the floor, coffee warming both my hands, blue mountains beyond the door. Quiet cabin, cedar trees, river singing down below. Hear the hours move like sunlight, soft and slow. Quiet cabin, simple life, firewood waiting by the flame. Every little thing has found its place, and nothing here needs changing. Quiet cabin, rain outside, warmth and candlelight. Let the forest keep on whispering, let the evening settle in tonight. Quiet cabin, mountain home, where the quiet knows my name. Tomorrow waits beyond the window, but tonight can stay the same. The rain has faded into silence, drops are shining on the leaves. Smoke is rising from the chimney, night is settling through the trees. I close the door but leave the window cracked enough to hear the creak, and the little wooden cabin falls asleep beneath the peaks.